Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to more Tales of Vesperia. Thank you. Woof. Very nice. The last episode, we had to defeat
that Judy destroyed.
Tyson and Nan, Hunting Blade members, because they were going to attack Bowl. We managed to do so, and Bowl has evolved into Entelekea, and who is now flying us around.
Yes, it's definitely cut with a different formula than a usual core.
We found out why Judith was destroying cores, because they were Hermes blastia cores, which were man-made cores. Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
It looks like what she said was true.
She said she wasn't too good at lying after all.
To discover that the new technique you created was bad for the world after what must have been years of research. I can't imagine how the person who created the Hermes technique must have felt.
Well, what if it had been you?
If I found out that it hurt the Earth, I would have to do something about it. But I wouldn't destroy the blastia like that.
What the?
Nothing. If only things weren't so complicated. I could have just blasted her into oblivion and been done with it.
Oh. It's not the way out. Ooh, Patty. You know, it's your typical talk to everybody, then the story will continue.
Oh, I'll be careful. Yuri, the world sure is big.
Yeah. Even though we're flying this high in the air, we still can't see everything.
If the world's this big, I guess it makes sense that there'd be so many things we don't know. It might not make that much of a difference whether I get my memories back or not.
Are you saying you'd be okay with not getting them back?
I'm saying that I'm not the only one who feels restless and anxious not knowing the truth. Everyone's worried about something, even you and Estelle.
You think so?
Isn't that why everyone's here? Isn't that why Judy came back?
And is that why you're here too?
I don't want to be alone.
You know, you're being pretty honest today.
I'm always honest.
Really? Well, maybe you are.
Maybe so.
So does an old man past his prime fit into the picture at all?
I think we can squeeze you in.
What are you whining about, old man? Why are you past your prime?
He's not even that old.
What
This is Japanese
before,
RPGs where anyone over 20
was it?
is ancient, right?
Blastia created with techniques that should have been lost in the war are still active. Do you know what this means?
I guess someone who survived the war brought either blastia or those techniques back with him.
If that person was still using the blastia even though he knew it was harmful to the Earth, someone like that would have to be quite the villain indeed.
Old man, don't tell me you...
Hey now, yours truly was nothing but an innocent youth on the straight and narrow back then. I wouldn't do something like that even on my worst day.
I was just trying to trick you into giving yourself away. You're a slippery one.
Son of a... When are you gonna learn some respect for your elders?
Yeah, when are you going to want respect for your elders?
Are you thinking about Judy?
Yeah. I'm wondering what we should do about her.
It's true that she broke the guild's laws and betrayed us.
I always thought that a guild's strict adherence to its own laws was what kept it together. That there could be no exceptions, no lenience for those who would break the laws. But...
She did what she did to save the world. Judy is destroying Blastia because she knows it's the right thing to do, even if it makes people hate her.
Yep. Judith didn't break our laws in order to do something bad. I know this now. I'm gonna talk with her about it and give it some more thought. I'll figure this out eventually.
Oh yeah?
Maybe if I become a little more decisive, Nan will listen to me too.
Yuri.
Sorry to interrupt while you were thinking.
Ever since I took Belius's life without meaning to, I've wanted to know what it means to be the child of the full moon, so the same thing doesn't happen again. I've always thought that it was my duty to know, but after what happened to Belius...
That's how everyone is. They do something, they learn. They do something else, they learn more.
You too, Yuri?
Yeah?
Maybe if I had known everything ahead of time, I wouldn't have made any mistakes.
There's only one thing I can say for sure.
What's that?
Maybe you wouldn't have made any mistakes, but it sure would have been boring.
I really wonder.
So after this, we're going to have a bunch of side quests to do. And I do apologize, but you know, we've got to do them.
Morning, Yuri.
Morning.
It's a beautiful morning, but... even as we stand here, the air is out of balance. And our world may already be dying.
That's right.
Judy!
Well, look who's feeling better.
In the past, these slight fluctuations of the air have not negatively affected our world. There have always been beings who maintain the balance by sensing changes in the airflow. Beings like Pharaoh and Baul, the Entelecheia.
So the Entelecheia were responsible for keeping the air balanced.
For ages, the Entelecheia have regulated the air. But the recent increase has been greater than they could control.
Which is being caused by the Hermes blastia.
And which is also why you were going around taking down as many of them as you could.
Yes, that was my mission. The path I walk with Baul, to whom I owe my life.
The path you walk.
Now some would even hunt the Entelecheia
Well,
for apatheia.
Why? She mainly flew.
This has made the mission of the Entelecheia even more difficult.
Why is everybody so crazy about these apatheia anyway?
Super condensed air? I mean, come on. Seems like that'd be really good for power, right?
I'm afraid I don't have an answer. The air an Entelecheia absorbs becomes condensed within its body over time. When its life is at an end, that condensed air forms a crystal, an apatheia. That's all I know. I imagine Pharaoh could shed more light on the subject, though. So apatheia are crystals of concentrated air. If that's true and the energy could be extracted from the apatheia, it would be a source of overwhelming power, I'm sure.
Could we really do that?
I don't know.
But if that's possible, there must be tons of guys who want those things.
I bet somebody wants to use these things for the wrong reasons.
Somebody always does, don't they?
Why didn't you just tell us all this from the beginning?
Seriously, we could have avoided all this trouble if you just
Right?
talked to us. Am I wrong?
Even if you had known, there are things not even you could have prevented.
What do you mean?
I showed up at Heliord because Baul had sensed a disturbance in the air. Where there was a disturbance, there was sure to be a Hermes blastia. But what I found there was not a blastia, it was a person. That had never happened before.
So it wasn't like you were looking for Estelle in particular back at Heliord.
Yet for some reason, Baul perceived Estelle as a disturbance in the air. I had to find out why. For the sake of the path I've chosen, it was at that time that Pharaoh first appeared. He seemed to have some idea who Estelle was. My mission was to destroy all the Hermes blastia. However, Estelle was obviously not a blastia. I needed to make absolutely certain. I made a deal with Pharaoh, and he agreed to grant me some time.
You mean...
If it became apparent that her existence posed too great a threat, then I would kill her.
You what?
Wait! Rita!
Settle down. Obviously, Judith reached a different conclusion.
All right, I get it.
Belius said you possess a heart of compassion. If you can communicate that to Pharaoh somehow, you may learn what you should do.
Hey, there's no real reason for you to fight Pharaoh anymore, right? I mean, we know the Hermes blastia are what's causing the problem and everything. If we just make sure the Apatheia don't fall into the wrong hands...
I still want to meet Pharaoh. I want to hear what he has to tell me.
But...
Please try to understand. I have to know more about myself, and take responsibility for who I am.
All right.
Sorry, Yuri. I don't think we can decide what to do about Judith right away.
I promise not to leave again until things have been settled, as you said. I need to accept that responsibility myself.
Let's go and find Pharaoh. We'll finally be getting around to one of the first things we set out to do.
Finally.
We can work out the rest once this is finished.
There is a rocky crag in the center of the sands of Kogor. That is where Pharaoh lives. Baul can take us there.
Okay, let's go. This meeting's been a long time coming.
I'm at 11 minutes.
I can communicate with Baul, but there are still a few things you should know.
Like what?
Baul can only land on the ground in wide, open spaces, so you won't be able to dismount on steep mountain ranges or in narrow canyons.
Fair enough.
Can't he land on water?
Water's no good either.
Really? He looks like he'd be a good swimmer.
Yeah, he'd sink like a rock.
Huh. Who knew?
But that's why we have a ship, right?
Right. If you'd like to get down onto the ocean, let me know. Baul will set our ship down there for us.
Okay, but what should we do when we want to fly again?
Use Baul's horn to call him to you.
Bowels. That's all there is to it?
Every Interlakeia has a special region in its brain that can be used for communication with a special power Critians possess.
Huh. So we can get a hold of him by using that.
Right.
Okay. Oh, we don't need to know that. It's an airship. We have an airship now. And that's going to make our lives so much easier with navigating the world. And it's going to be great. We have a lot to do, like I said. We also have a skip.
Judith, you're familiar with Pharaoh, aren't you?
Is he really as scary as he seems?
Well, let's see. Sometimes he's logical, sometimes he's emotional. He can be really scary or really kind.
All right, that didn't help very much.
One thing's certain, his power is extraordinary, even among the Interlakeia.
Here's hoping we don't wind up looking like poor old Mount Temsa the moment we meet him.
If he can do that to a mountain, there wouldn't be anything left if he turned on us.
I wish you wouldn't joke about scary things like that.
Why should we get scared before we even get there? Especially if he's that strong.
Wish I could take it as lightly as you and Yuri.
Okay. So we need to go to Amid Hill. Not over here. This is the wrong continent. It is over here, though. I'm just gonna do this in order so I don't lose track of things. So there's Amid Hill. Okay. So we've got to go. Oh, God damn it! I always do that.
I never imagined you'd be able to speak with the Interlakeia.
Well, I use a Critian technique to do it. Wait, do I detect a little jealousy?
Maybe. Right, Rapide?
Yuri, you want to talk to Rapide?
I think the two of you understand each other well enough already.
I got him pretty well figured out, but I don't know if he understands me.
I think he feels the same way.
Nice. Okay. So we've got fights, but these
You don't scare me.
like 2 hits dead.
Spin around and like this.
That's what happens when I get serious.
I'm not even gonna cut the battles out. They're all gonna be too short. Hey there, buddy.
This looks easy.
Don't get careless.
Dragon!
I got no time to think.
So, going to do Lucifer's grave.
What are you?
Final.
Who are you paying your respects to?
An old friend. A dear comrade who shared my cause and gave his life in battle.
Battle? Was he in a guild?
Why would you think so?
Well, Imperial Knights who fall in the line of duty are given a state funeral.
This has nothing to do with the Empire or the guilds.
What's that supposed to mean?
Those institutions are nothing more than man-made trivialities.
Is he the reason you've been drifting around so long?
That is none of your concern.
Hey, no need to get testy.
Just whose grave is this anyway?
It's not a knight or somebody from a guild. That's gotta mean...
I know some people can't afford a burial, but why put them in a place like this?
Estelle, what are you doing?
We may not know whose grave this is, but this feels like the right thing to do.
Might as well.
Come on, Raven.
Okay, let's head back down.
Jerk.
I think we're
Doesn't
done
even
here.
want to pay for their respects. Okay, we have to go actually on the other side of this. We're on the wrong side. That's okay. Because it's so easy. I mean, it's a little slow to do it, but... it just makes life so much freaking easier. Can't even begin. What? Oh, missed it. You did this one too, didn't you, Judy? Yep, that's right. Hey, Judith, the reason you were destroying the Hermes blastia was because they were a danger to the planet, right? That's right. So in other words, you did it to save the world from harm? I don't mind if you think of it that way. Something about that just doesn't make sense to me. Why not just take down that Hermes guy who was making the blastia? Either that or tell a mage about it or something. I was putting my life on the line to put a stop to rogue blastia that were causing strange effects on the world's air. No one would believe a crazy story like that. If you had only told me, do you think you could have done something about all the Hermes blastia in the world when you don't even know how many there are? Sure that you may have been able to stop 1 or 2 of them with enough trying, but you would surely die before you had managed to take care of all of them. Since you were with Baul, there was something you could do about the blastia going out of control. Is that what you mean, Judy? I don't have any way of making adjustments to the blastia, so destroying it was the only way I could make sure it wouldn't be a problem. But... you think we might be able to go by Aspio the next time we get some free time? Why bring that up all of a sudden? About the Hermes blastia, it's something I'd like to investigate a bit. But you see... yeah, you'd like to go back home, wouldn't you, Rita? Not particularly. Alright, then let's stop by there when we have some time. Ah! What's with you? These flowers are so pretty. Hey, that's a chrysanthus bloom. You actually know a lot about plants, don't you, old man? Oh, I dabble here and there. So what's that one called? Huh? 1 second. It's a teardrop tulip. about that? Why, that's a rainbow flower? Wrong. Crimson Nadesico and Beautyberry. Some botanist you are. I just happen to not know those. Looks more like you just happen to know Chrysanthus Bloom. No, really. So how did you just happen to know about these nightshade flowers? Listen to me. Sounds like you've got a special reason. Kind of. Nightshade's just a flower an old friend of mine from the nights used to like. My friend's room was always full of them. So you've had a couple of friends then. You're saying that like it surprises you. Poor old Raven just curl up and die. You left him all alone. Just what is the correct response when a man starts whining like a mouse, I wonder? You say, "Oh, Raven, you big silly, you're so cute." That's not the word I'd use. Judith, darling, you're cold as ice. Good grief. A little like Flynn and Yuri. What's with you having a friend in the nights and all? Well now, can't compare to the shining example of friendship those two young lads I've got going, but yeah, we were pals. I don't think of my friendship with Flynn as shiny. Really? But it's a fleeting thing for all of us. That friendship's long past now. Oh, did you fight about something? I suppose you could call it that. Would you mind picking a few of those for me, young miss? Oh, certainly. Fire Lily. Favorite flower someone Raven liked. Maybe that certain someone liked these too. Okay, we're done. Ah!
You don't scare me. Alright, who's next?
Hoping to get that down a bit faster than I did.
See what I did there? Oh, such grace.
The sign of victory!
Okay.
Pharaoh, Belius, Baul? What sort of beings are Entelecheia anyway?
Baul's got a
They're the oldest intelligent
portrait.
life forms on Tercalumares.
So they aren't monsters?
They aren't. It's said that they have a higher level of awareness than humans, though they don't have a civilization.
Shiver me timbers! The Entelecheia were smart!
The reports we get from Baul are pretty accurate.
He's a smart boy.
Aww. You're smart. Okay. Let's get out of here. Then we're headed back to Espio. We've got things here. Oh my god, it's so fast. Okay. I've got to go to the we gotta go to the library. We may get a scene, we may not. Just hang on, check the collector book. How far are we? Only 7%, not even close. Well, I'm not gonna be able to do it then. If you have 50%, you get a scene. But we don't have that, so. Okay. Let's check this. Oh, Fortune's Market. We got any new synthesizing stuff? Can we synthesize stuff here that's like good? We can. The Vorpal Sword. That's much better. Have we learned it? I think we've learned it. Oh, yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Wow, that's a huge thing. We kind of want that, right? Well, I mean, she doesn't really... What does she have for staffs? Actually, what's Judith got? She got anything better? Oh yeah, there's a death scythe that you get from that hidden fight with Tyson and Nan. So, like, if you don't have it, you can just make it. I don't know how easy it is to get jet black ink, though. Shakujo. It's a bit better. Oh, wait. Oh, I really want this. I need more basilisk scales. Ruby wand. Missing Hypnonian tree bark. So we're doing a Hermes side quest. Well, we actually just did one. We're doing the second part. You think we might be able to look for a certain book. I want to find out some more about Hermes Blastia. So we should just look for the right bookshelf. Yes, please. Found it. Hey, it's Ifmt Napamajum's Discourses on Air. What? You've heard of this book before? This book used to be in my house. I think it may have belonged to the person who lived there before me. I see. Yes, I see. It was all full of codes that I couldn't understand, so I didn't find it all that interesting. I ended up giving it to the first person who showed any interest in it. Ifmt Nepmajup, that's Hermes. It was his pen name. What? Really? So that means Hermes used to live in Aspio? That's what it would mean, yes. Keeping something important like that from us yet again. I'm sorry, I wasn't entirely sure up until now. Well, whatever. What is all this? I can't understand any of it. Yeah, I'm not pronouncing any of that. Looks like you just wrote letters at random. It's all in code. I thought about trying to figure it out a few times, but this annoying type of writing is often used for taking down personal memos and like, not for research papers. And look at the front of the book. It says, I dedicate this to my daughter. And then it says, try and read it. Pretty ambiguous, don't you think? I never felt up to trying to read it. You think this could have been his way of giving a challenge to his daughter? Yes, I think it was. I see. What a ridiculous, foolish researcher. He didn't even know what the blastia he'd created were capable of. Yeah. That's it. I'm gonna take this book and decode it. Wait, can you really do that? No, I think that's best. We went to all the trouble finding it after all. I guess so. Right, I'll show that blastia researching bozo. Hermes notes. Okay. I keep in mind, I've like never done any of the side quests in this game ever. So we're done here. We gotta go to Capitorum now. And then I'll probably call it a video. And then we'll finish the rest of them up in the next part. I know it's not very entertaining and I apologize, but it is what it is. It is like more lore though, right? That's a good thing. New Capitorum. Oh, it's so good. I think this is Capitorum. I can never remember. Damn it. Okay, here we are. The right one. Okay, so first things first, we gotta go to the end. A fiery soul into a sea of flames. That's what Mr. Saren said. Would you be Yu's friend, Nobis? Oh yeah! Indeed. You were sent to find me. I completely forgot we did that. Yes, and we brought you something from you, Saren. The Book of Friendship. You haven't looked at what's inside, have you? Huh? No, of course not. Very well, if that is all. Oh, wait, I need to take some proof of delivery back to the client. Okay, let's see. You can take this to him as proof of delivery. Rainbow bookmark. You get dizzy from staring at it for too long. Use it to mark your place in an album. Well, then say hello to you for me. Of course, thanks. Pretty good for our first job. We're not done yet. We still gotta take this proof of delivery back to you. And then we'll finally be finished with the job. Finally. I'm glad we didn't lose the book before we got it to him. That would have been bad. I don't think you could just go out and buy a replacement for that book. How would you even lose something like that? Maybe if you went to the bathroom and accidentally left it by the sink when you washed your hands. Oh, that's dirty. What's dirty? You're washing your hands. We need to make sure not to lose the proof of delivery, too. Okay, enough talking. Let's get moving. Yeah, let's go to Mantic to see the client. Yikes, are we going all the back all that way? The sooner the better. Don't you want to tell the client? There's no need for a rush. Talking of things like this, the more you wait, the more you enjoy. That's true. Let's see the client when we stop by at Mantic later sometime. Okay, we gotta sleep at the inn now. 300 gold. Alright. For Hermes Part 3. How's it going? Any progress? Each page is a little different, but it looks like he's just using a cipher to shift all the characters in the text. This takes time to figure out the cipher. What sort of things is the book about? At first I thought that Hermes was an average mage who was using his knowledge for evil. But he wasn't. He was an upright mage who had dreams about the potential of blastia and air, and he was just innocently going wherever his curiosity led him. So what is it that's troubling you? There's so many interesting things written in Hermes' notes. There are plenty of formulas for magic I've never heard of, for example. So Hermes was a genius, if you compared to you? It hurts a little to admit it, but yes. I was shocked to see that he wrote down so many ideas and observations I've never had. And it seems he wrote down a formula in this book to destroy blastia that had gone out of control. Hermes fully understood the possibility of the amount of air on the planet increasing. He understood the dangers of the blastia he created. Yes, I see. Yes, that's why he was studying magic to destroy the blastia in case that happened. If a type of magic like that exists, I think you should use it. No matter who or how, Hermes was looking for someone who could use that magic for good. He was looking for someone to take over his work for him. That's why he left behind these notes. Wouldn't the best person to continue Hermes' work be his own daughter? Oh, but what if that daughter doesn't know how to use magic? Or maybe... Well, we'll never get anywhere if we keep talking about in hypotheticals. Well, yes. Even if it's something that was thought up to destroy blastia, you could put it to some other use, don't you think so? Well, that's true, but... You're right, I don't think that any other mage beside me could ever use this formula properly. Besides, I'll take it after all. Or perhaps I'll take it after all. I'm sure Hermes will be very happy too. You're just saying that. No, I'm saying it because I really think it's true. Negative gate? What the hell is that? Negative gate. Well, we're gonna check it out here in just a second. Okay. We need to breed in the party again. Negative gate. It's a dark type. An intermediate spell. Bring forth an evil dimension that blocks enemies' movements. I like that. Okay. Okay. Oops. This one. Remember this woman? The Shakathan flowers all withered and died. You were the one that destroyed the blastia here, weren't you? Yes, that was me. I see, the reason for these flowers blooming like that was the air imbalance from the blastia you destroyed. And in the Colosseum, too. You heard what the man in the boat said about the fish around there, right? I looked into it and it was all due to the blastia, so I did what I had to do. You're not mad? I'm plenty mad! But it's in the past. You can't argue about things that have already happened. Sometimes I feel like she might be too understanding. Well, that finishes up the Dragon Freak side quest. And we're gonna try the Bryanak side quest. I'm hoping it works. Okay, it did a trigger, so... Can I ask you a question? Does Fortune Markets deal in spears? We do, but if you'd like to sell that, you'd better off going directly to a store than talking to me. No, I don't want to sell it. I wanted to see if maybe I could see other spears that have been sold to you. You're still trying to find that spear of yours, aren't you, Judy? It seems you have some personal stake in this, but I don't think it's been sold to us. If any of our vendors received any valuable items, no matter what they are, I would have heard of it. And I haven't heard anything. I see. Well, that sucks. Okay. Let me check another book we have. The monster book. Ugh, not even close. We haven't been doing that. So we're skipping that. But if you go to Cap Noir, you can see a scene at the center of town if you have 50% or greater completion. Which we don't. So... time is it? 40 minutes? We should probably cut it here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. And can't save here. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody, and we'll finish up side quests. Take care.